Dear students, so in this video lecture we are going to discuss about the central and state government policies and mechanism to control pollution as a part of unit number 3. So this is the sixth topic of unit 3 and we are going to broadly discuss about the different steps that central and state government has taken to control pollution. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the government policies to control pollution. So the first policy that the government has taken is the policy statement for the abatement of pollution, and this has been implemented in the year 1992. So the objective of this policy by the central government was to integrate the environmental consideration into decision making at all levels. It means that whatever decision making government takes at different levels, whether it is at social level, economical level, right, or political level, environmental consideration has to be taken into account. Second is this document lays down the steps to be taken to prevent pollution at source, encourage, develop and apply the best available practicable technical solutions. This statement also lays emphasis on adoption of best available and practicable technologies as the key element for pollution prevention. It also focuses on promotion of clean and low waste technologies. Moreover, it also puts emphasis on waste minimization, recycling and reuse, improvement of water quality, environmental audit, natural resource accounting, development of mass-based standards, institutional and human resource development. The next policy that has been implemented by the central government is the National Environmental Policy, and it has been implemented in the year 2006. So this policy is the mother policy and it includes the policy statement of abatement of pollution, national agricultural policy, national population policy and national water policy, which contribute towards the environmental management. The National Environmental Policy, that is also called as NEP 2006, it seeks to extend the coverage and fill the gaps that still exist in the light of existing knowledge and experience, right? So this policy seeks to extend the coverage and fill in the gaps that have been there in the previous policies, right? It also reflects the three foundation aspirations of a human being. First, a human being should be able to enjoy a decent quality of life. Second is humanity should be capable of respecting the finiteness of the biosphere. Thirdly, neither the aspiration for the good life nor the recognition of the biophysical limit should preclude the search for greater justice in the world. National Environmental Policy is a response to India's commitment to a clean environment mandated in the Constitution in the Article 48A and 51A. It is also recognized that maintaining a healthy environment is not the state's responsibility alone but also of every citizen. While the state must galvanize its effort, there should also be recognition by each individual, natural or institutional, right? So it says that even though government is making each and every effort, but it is also the responsibility of every individual to maintain and enhance the quality of the environment. Next, we are going to go through the different measures that the government has taken to control pollution. So first, we are going to discuss about the measures which have been taken by the government to control pollution, right? So first major measure that has been taken by the government is the issue of National Ambient Air Quality Standard, that is also called as NAAQS, right? So government has issued air quality standards at national level for ambient air. Next, government has formulated environmental regulation, policies and different status. Next, government has set up monitoring network for assessment of ambient air quality, right? So there are two types of monitoring network that we have already seen previously. One is the manual monitoring and another is the digital monitoring of air quality. Next is the introduction of cleaner alternate fuels like gasoline, ethanol blend in the open market. Next is implementation of the Bharat Stage 4, right? So this is actually a older data. So now Bharat Stage 6 has been in effect in our country, and this has been implemented is in almost 63 selected cities, right? So Bharat Stage 4 is a older one, okay. So present stage is actually Bharat Stage 6, okay. Okay, so you could have heard about BS6, right? So whichever cars are being produced in year 2020, the new cars are actually are complying with the Bharat Stage 6 standards, not Bharat Stage 4 standard. Next is taxing polluting vehicles and giving incentive to hybrid and electric vehicles, right? So government has also put emphasis on the fact that they will tax the polluting vehicles and they will give incentives to people who are using hybrid and electric vehicles. Then notification of construction and demolition waste management rules. What are the other measures that government has taken? So next is the ban on burning of leaves biomass, then promotion of more and more public transport, and also promotion of carpooling. Then is the revision of already existing environmental standards. Then preparation of action plan for sewage management and restoration of water quality, right? So government has taken active measures to prepare an action plan for management of sewage that is coming from different industries, and also the restoration of groundwater quality. Then government has also trying to implement the national river conservation plan for abatement of pollution. So one of the major initiatives that we are going to discuss as a part of this topic is the Swachh Bharat mission, that is also called as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Okay, and it is been abbreviated as SBM. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was very popular, and it was a 5-year plan under which the government mission was to achieve universal sanitation coverage and to put focus on sanitation, which our Prime Minister of India launched in the form of Swachh Bharat mission on October 2nd, 2014. Okay, so this date is very, very important. Okay, try to remember this date both as a source of general knowledge and also from the point of view of the exams. Okay, so 2nd October 2014 was the day when the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was started in our country, and it has been started by our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. So under this, so you could see a picture in the slide. So it shows that uh, so more and more number of public toilets have been constructed in different rural areas across the country, and also people have been given money to construct toilets in their own houses, because previously people used to defecate in the open, which is not good for sanitation. So government has given incentives, they have given money, and even government, the municipal corporation have taken initiative to build public toilets and toilets within the household of the rural area, so that sanitation could be greatly improved. So in this picture you could see that a group of volunteers from different schools and colleges, they are gathering the biomass, they are gathering the leaves, and they are gathering the waste from the roads. Okay, so government has started many initiatives. So they have encouraged the school, they have encouraged many institutions, they have encouraged many colleges to come up and show people that what is the importance of waste management, especially solid waste management. So here you could see that a group of very young kids from the school, They are having brooms in their hand and they are trying to uh, clean up the land. They are trying to clean up the road, and you could see that they have done a tremendous job of cleaning the ground. Okay, so actually government has taken this initiative just to show the importance of solid waste management. So you could see that there are many volunteers. So in this on the left hand side, you could see that many of the volunteers, uh, both the government volunteers, both the NGOs, and many people who are living in an area, they are trying to swipe the floor. They are trying to swipe away the streets and trying to clean our roads. Okay, on the right hand side, you could see that many of the public. So you could see here on the top that public dustbins has been installed at regular point in the entire town, in the entire city, and in the entire rural area. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the Swachh Bharat mission or Abhiyan. So this mission, the mission coordinator for SBM was Secretary Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation with the two sub-missions. Okay, so what were the two sub-missions of SBM? One was Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin in rural areas, and another one was Swachh Bharat Mission Urban in the urban areas. Together, they aim to achieve the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or mission by 2019 as a fitting tribute to the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. So it was the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, and on this date, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was stopped. Okay, in the year 2019, 2nd October. So 2nd October is Gandhi Jayanti. I think everybody knows about it. Now, some of the major objectives of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan are as follows. So first one is to bring about an improvement in the general quality of life in the rural areas by promoting cleanliness, hygiene, and eliminating open defecation. Right. So more and more public toilets have been constructed. Second was to accelerate the sanitation coverage in rural areas to achieve the vision of Swachh Bharat by 2nd October 2019. Third one was to motivate communities to adopt sustainable sanitation practices and facilities through awareness creation and health education. Fourth one was to encourage cost effective and appropriate technologies for ecologically safe and sustainable sanitation. Okay. Now, what do you understand by cost effective and appropriate technologies? It means that public toilets in the form of bio toilets have been installed at different places in rural and urban areas both, so that a sustainable sanitation could be practiced successfully. Last one is to develop wherever required community managed sanitation system focusing on scientific solid and liquid waste management system for overall cleanliness in the rural areas. Now, what were the major work which have been done under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan? So, till 24th of April 2019, okay, so till 24th of April 2019, so approximately 9 crore 26 lakh 21,984 toilets have been built since 2nd October 2014. Around 5 lakh 57,344 open defecation free villages have been announced. 4,465 open free defecation villages have been announced under Namami Gange program. 617 open free defecation villages have been announced. And next is 30 defecation free states have been announced. Right. So this is a very remarkable achievement by our government. Next program that the government has started to clean our holy river Ganga was the Namami Gange program. I think everybody knows about it. They have even seen the official anthem of Namami Gange program, which was very popular, and it has been shown in our DD National. So Namami Gange program is an integrated conservation mission approved as flagship program by the Union government with budget outlay of approximately 20,000 crore. And what was the objective of Namami Gange? There were two objectives. First objective was the effective abatement of pollution, and second objective. So first objective was what? First objective was effective abatement of pollution, and second objective was conservation and rejuvenation of national river Ganga. So I think everybody knows that before Namami Gange program has been implemented, river Ganga was very polluted, right? But once it has taken into effect, enormous amount of fund has been given by the central government to clean river Ganga, and even once the action has been implemented, once this program has started, there was a immense improvement in the quality of water of river Ganga. So you can go through these YouTube videos, the links that have been given below, and it will give you a clarity. Now, what were the issues that have been covered under Namami Gange? So first issue that has been covered is sewerage treatment infrastructure. Second is riverfront development. Third is river surface cleaning, means we need to clean the surface of river Ganga. Next is to develop the biodiversity around river Ganga. Next is afforestation, to build to plant more and more trees around river Ganga. Next is industrial effluent monitoring, and the last one is Ganga Gram. Now, what were the issues covered under Namami Gange? So first, as we have seen in the last slide, is sewerage treatment infrastructure, right? Sewerage treatment infrastructure. So under this, 63 sewerage management projects under implementation in states of Uttarakhand. 12 new sewerage management projects have been launched in these states. Okay. Next is 1,187, okay, million liter ton has been constructed for creating sewerage capacity. Okay. Next is hybrid annuity triple P model based two projects have been started in Jagjitpur, Haridwar, Ramanna, that is there in Varanasi. Okay, so Jagjitpur, Haridwar and Ramanna both are located in the banks of river Ganga. So hybrid annuity PPP model has been started in these places. Now, what are the things that have been done under riverfront development? Okay, so under riverfront development, 28 riverfront development projects have been started. 33 entry-level projects for construction has been started. Then modernization and renovation of 182 ghats and 118 crematoria has been initiated. So I think everybody knows that what do you mean by a ghat. So ghat is a place where people actually they come up and they worship the river Ganga. Okay, so 182 approximately 182 ghats have been modernized and renovated in the banks of river Ganga. And as per our Vedic culture, we used to cremate the dead people near river Ganga. So 118 crematoria have been modernized and renovated at the bank of river Ganga. Under river surface cleaning, some of the works that have been done are, so for collection of floating solid waste from the surface of the ghats and rivers and its disposal. So this work has been processed at approximately 11 locations. Under biodiversity conservation, the works which have been done are fish and fishery conservation has been done in river Ganga. 5 biodiversity centers have been established at Dehradun, Narora, Allahabad, Varanasi and Barrackpur for the restoration of identified priority species such as some of the plant and animal species which are habitant of river Ganga. So these biodiversity centers have been established at these important places which are located at the bank of river Ganga just for the restoration of identified priority species. Next is under afforestation, forest interventions for Ganga through Wildlife Institute of India has been started. Setting up of Central Inland Fisheries Research Institute and Center for Environment Education has been initiated. Under afforestation, forestry intervention for Ganga for a period of 5 years at a project cost of 2,300 crores has been done. Work has been commenced in 7 districts of Uttarakhand for medicinal plants. Okay. Under public awareness, there different events have been organized, workshops have been started, seminars and conferences has been held. Help has been taken from TV, print media, newspaper media, then from digital media through different advertisements have been published to show the importance of River Ganga. And also Ganga theme song, that is called the Anthem of River Ganga, has been widely played in different channels, in DD channel and also on major Indian TV channels to enhance the visibility of the Namami Gange program. Now, what were the work done under industrial effluent monitoring? So, real-time effluent monitoring station has been installed in 572 out of 760 grossly polluting industries. Next is closure notice has been issued to 135 gross polluting industries. Deadline for compliance to stipulated norms has been published. Okay, so deadline to different industries for compliance to the stipulated norms and regulations has been published. Under Ganga Gram Plan, Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, that is also called as MODWS, identified in 1674 gram panchayats situated on the bank of river Ganga in 5 states. Under Ganga Gram Plan, rupees 578 crore has been released to Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation for construction of toilets in 1674 gram panchayats of 5 Ganga basin states. Okay, so almost 1674 gram panchayats have been given approximately 578 crore rupees for the construction of toilets. Okay, then a consortium of 7 IITs have been engaged in the preparation of Ganga River basin plans. Approximately 65 villages have been adopted by 13 IITs to develop as the model villages. Okay, so this was about the Namami Gange program. Now that was done for the water. Now what has been done for the protection of air? Okay, so government has different mechanisms and different programs for clean air. So first one was National Clean Air Program, that is also called as NCAP. So the question is that what is the need of NCAP, National Clean Air Program? So answer is air pollution is the biggest environmental challenge in a developing economy like India, and Indian cities rank very high in most polluted cities of the world. That is why this kind of program was started by the government. Now, what were the salient features of the NCAP? So, the NCAP will be a mid-term 5-year action plan with 2019 as the first year. The approach for NCAP include collaborative, multi-scale and cross-sectoral coordination between the relevant central ministries, state governments and local bodies. There will be the use of Smart Cities program to launch the NCAP in the 43 smart cities falling in the list of 102 non-attainment cities. The NCAP will be institutionalized by respective ministries and will be organized through intersectoral groups which include Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Ministry of Heavy Industry, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Niti Aayog, CPCB, experts from industry, academia and civil society. Okay, so NCAP will be institutionalized and it will be held by different ministries, different institutions, different boards across the government, whether state or central. Also, increasing number of monitoring stations in the country, including rural monitoring station and technological support, will be will be started under the NCAP. Next, emphasis on awareness and capacity building initiatives, setting up of certification agencies for monitoring equipment has been started under NCAP. So this is it for the this video lecture. Okay. So I want to give you a small homework. Okay, so once you go through this lecture, please make a list of non-attainment cities with respect to ambient air quality of India. Okay, so I want you to please make a list of non-attainment cities. Okay, from the year 2011 to 2015. Okay, and WHO report of 2014-2018. Okay, so please do this as a part of the exercise. Okay, thank you.